Hello everyone, Fanta here, you're watching FANTAVISION, and today I am discussing the whole Rockstar 100-hour weeks debacle. Now, what exactly is going on if you're not keeping up with gaming news? Basically, Rockstar, the co-founder of the studio, came out and said, proudly, by the way, I do need to reference all the different emotional overtones in these things. He proudly stated that they are working 100-hour weeks to get this game ready for launch. This finally started stirring up a backlash because lots of times these studios will come out and talk about their crunch time and people will be like, wow, so proud of you, doing a great job. I can't believe that you guys are so dedicated. It means your game's going to be even better. No. That's not what that means. That means they've been mismanaged, they haven't been keeping track of their time correctly, because if you're setting a date for this specific time, you should be setting up specific goals in order to reach that date on time. You shouldn't be, that's like being proud of a student for studying just a little bit and then cramming right before the test. It doesn't make any sense to me. So when they say these kind of things and they get a good reaction, they're going to keep doing it because you're rewarding that bad behavior, just like I talk about in Tales from Retail all the time with terrible customers. With all this backlash, they came out again and said that, oh, no, I'm just kidding. Dan Houser's the guy, by the way. Said, oh, no, it's just the senior people. It's not everyone. It's just the seniors. And everyone's like, but you said Rockstar, like the company, like everybody, and you sounded very proud about all of these workers just completely throwing away their life on making this game. And I can't imagine having to work a 100-hour week. I mean, I work 40 hours, then I probably work another 20-ish on the YouTube channel, maybe a little bit more if you include Twitch. But, I mean, that's side thing, you know? That's different. I am choosing to do this. I am choosing to Twitch stream for you guys. I am choosing to do all these different things. These people, this is their job. If my current job made me work 100-hour weeks or expected that, that's insane. I would not be able to survive that. And I feel like nobody would be able to survive that. I feel like that's not good for you. To be sitting at your desk, hammering away on your computer, you know, slaving away on this project that you're stressed about constantly. You're thinking about when you go home. You can't really relax because you know you're going to go in and you're going to work an insanely long shift again. I can't imagine it. I really can't. I'm trying to think of how you go home with a 100-hour week. I feel like some of these people are sleeping in their offices. So, again, a lot of this is kind of speculation, but when somebody states that their company is working 100-hour weeks and then has to quickly backtrack. Whoa. I was just trying to, you know, get people hyped about the game, how much people are putting effort into it. And I mean, I kind of get that, but at the same time, I care about the people that are making the games too, because these are human beings, and I can't imagine going through that. So they're saying it was a senior staff, but that didn't quite smooth things over. So then they came out again, and they're allowing employees to talk about it. So whenever a company allows employees to talk about something, I kind of get even more suspicious even, because maybe they're only letting select employees talk about it, because they go into detail of talking about, the employees come out and they're so positive every single time. There's no negative aspect to what they're saying. They're like, no, I want to do this. I have the option to not work 100-hour weeks. I'm choosing to do this. They're paying me overtime. It's great. I'm having a great time working here. And in the past, the reason I don't completely believe that these people are allowed to actually speak their mind is because this has happened in the past. It's like in 2010, the wives of a bunch of different Rockstar employees started a petition saying, like, you're overworking our husbands. You're killing them. And this was, again, another crunch time. And this is something that keeps happening in the gaming industry. Crunch time is a normal thing. It shouldn't be. I was watching some Halo documentary and they kept talking about their crunch time that happened before every game. And I'm like, why are they forced to have a release date if they don't think they can make it? You know? It's just insane. The amount of hours they work, the amount of time they put in, just the stresses that they must be feeling. So I wanted to talk about this because, I mean, this has happened before. And the thing is that Rockstar, I mean, their head will talk about how it's a privilege to work there. And whenever somebody says it's a privilege to work somewhere, it sounds like they're overworking people. And they're like, don't you dare take this job for granted. Don't you dare take this job for granted or we'll kick your ass out. And back in 2010, those were people that were being forced to work these miserable hours. So when they're having these people come out and be allowed to talk about it, I don't know if I can completely believe it. And the thing is, Rockstar denies that whole 2010 thing even happened. They're saying that it's just made up rumors on forums. But I have to believe it because 2K Games, I mean, come on. They're one of the scummiest corporations out there. They've done a lot of different things. I mean, they're part of the whole loot box thing. They're part of the whole microtransactions thing. They're part of all of these different things that for some reason, they just skate by. I don't know why. 2K is almost as bad as EA. I mean, Strauss Zelnick talked about how they're not charging people enough. They're not making enough money. These are the people that make Grand Theft Auto 5, one of the most, if not the most, profitable games of all time. And he's like, we don't want to give away too much stuff for free. We're almost doing that. And the fact that he said stuff like that, I could easily see him making employees work longer. I could see him sending down the orders to Rockstar that these people have to work this many hours. And they're not getting overtime. Allegedly. This is what could be happening. Based off of past behaviors. Based off of what is normal in the games industry. I swear to God, if you Google crunch time for games, like crunch time for game launches, or development studios talking about putting an insane amount of hours in before a game is launched, you're going to find so many results. I think even No Man's Sky, that a horrible game, had a crunch time. So many games out there have had this happen. And I think this is a game industry thing, but it's also other industries as well. This is just kind of, it's this idealized work ethic that I don't know if it's just American, but it seems to be. Like, being a workaholic is almost something to be proud of, at least here. I've noticed that even like at jobs, other jobs that I've worked at, including my current one. People working like an insane amount of hours. Like barely able to see their kids. And like other people and their managers are proud of it. Like their superiors are proud of their work ethic. And people that don't follow that work ethic, nope, you're not doing enough of a good job. You're not doing enough work. You obviously cannot be doing a good job if you're not working more than 40 hours, which is just not true. I gotta say, in a lot of instances, that is just simply not true. If you need more than 40 hours, most of the time, I just can't imagine that, because I've seen the work and I've heard of the work that other people have to do in just normal office jobs, and that should be easily scheduled in 40 hours. Easily. Now, I do see why that some of the weeks that these game development studios might run long. But coming out as a point of pride just doesn't make sense to me. I feel like they should be like, I don't know, just the whole way that this was announced just felt off. And it wasn't just to me. It wasn't just to people like me that constantly talk about things that need to be fixed in the games industry. It hit public as well. And that's something that doesn't normally happen. Normally, the public is kind of fine with it. They don't really care, or they're proud of the people that are doing it, and they're happy that they're putting in this much time and effort into the game. And that's great. I love that they're putting effort in the game, but I still feel like this is not the way it needs to be to show the love and effort that you put in the game. Even CD Projekt Red, I mean, I love their games. I love The Witcher 3. I love the way they don't have microtransactions. Their season pass, I don't know if they have a season pass or if they just had like expansions, but their content was insane. There was a manual, there was a bestiary, there were stickers, there was a soundtrack. There was so much stuff they packed into this box. They gave you so much value. And you can tell they poured their heart and soul into this game, but it's another company that is running their developers ragged. And I'm sure they're doing the same thing for Cyberpunk. So it's like, I mean, I love CD Projekt Red, but it sucks that this is what is happening to their developers as well. It seems like the more you dive into companies, nobody is perfect. And I get that, but I feel like they can be, you know? I mean, not completely perfect, but I feel like they can improve. I feel like crunch time doesn't have to exist. I don't know about you guys, but if it meant that employees could see their kids, if they could not be stressing the hell out, I would be fine with delays. There are so many games that come out, so many things that we can occupy our time with. I often look at my game collection and I'm just overwhelmed. I don't know what to play. I mean, I'll even look at like newer games that I have, and then I'll just go back and play Civilization 5. I have Civilization 6, but I have all the expansions for 5. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is, there's so much interesting stuff out there for us to play that forcing these developers to work these insane shifts just to get these games out, I don't think needs to happen. I think they can push games back to make it so that they have a normal work week and they can still get these great games out to us. And I think if they did that, it would shift all the releases at the same time, and maybe, just maybe, we wouldn't even see the difference because they'd all be delaying at the same time. So it would just kind of push back. I don't know. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe not. Maybe games could stop being fucking stupid and all releasing in October and November. I don't know. I think that would be nice, you know? Maybe spacing it out better. I get that it's a holiday season, but I feel like they'd still sell well if they were a different time of year. I feel like they sell better because then you wouldn't have to choose between... Like when Titanfall 2 died, they didn't need to launch Titanfall 2 right next to Battlefield 1. If they didn't have these stupid launch schedules and they actually thought about it for a second, maybe there wouldn't be as much crunch time. I don't know. That could be part of the problem. So that was my 2 cents on the issue. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this whole thing. If you believe Rockstar. If you don't think that people should have to work these crazy hours, or if, I don't know if you're one of those people who's like, Fanta, if people have to work long hours, it's just what happens. You're just a fucking millennial. I'm not talking to you, obviously. Now I am, actually. I'm talking to you right now. What is wrong with you? Honestly. Why is it okay for people to be miserable? Why is it just acceptable? I don't understand that. I have a lot of hate comments in my Walmart videos as well, and my GameStop videos, where people are like, oh, you're just bitching. You're just bitching about things. It's like, no. Most of the time I'm explaining the situation or explaining what it was like. If I do complain about certain things, maybe instead of bitching at me for complaining, you instead look at what I'm complaining about and go, oh, I guess they could improve that, couldn't they? I don't know. Thank you for watching. Like the video if you guys liked it. Comment down below your thoughts on crunch time and overworking. And as always, even if you are in one of these situations where you're working a job that is forcing you to work more hours than you should be, I hope you find another job where you can at least talk to the management in charge. Try to figure it out, because that's not healthy. And as always, have a fantastic day. See you guys. To the 25% that care, Tangerine LaCroix, drinking LaCroix again. No, there's not insecticide in it. It's just the ingredient to insecticide. Even if that's an ingredient to insecticide, it doesn't mean it's poison, you know? Water is probably an ingredient to insecticide. That's not poison, you know? There's so many different things that are in other things that make you freak out. Propylene glycol is in so much food, but it's also an antifreeze. That does not mean that propylene glycol is antifreeze, you know? Anyway, little mini rant as the fade out happens. But I don't know. I was drinking the other stuff. It was okay. The flavor just tastes so much. I get that's naturally essence or whatever, but it really does taste a lot more natural than the Pepsi version bubbly. The orange bubbly tastes like Fanta. It tastes like a very, very watered down Fanta. Whereas this tastes like tangerine. Anyway. There's my LaCroix speech.